Welcome to a DropTent media production.
Prepare for glory! Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. I have a dream.
Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate.
December 7th, 1941.
I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
A date which will live in infamy.
Oh, Nazi failing sound. We'll hear all of it soon. I have a dream.
Welcome back to High History. I'm your host, Blaze Geekekis. Bang, cameras. I forget where they are in this new studio. We're in a new studio. That's why it's taken me so long to get to another episode. But today, I'm joined by my homie, and I guess presumed co-host, since everyone seems to be forcing you into this.
Right.
Anthony Bartolacci.
Good evening.
You want to throw out your Insta tag now? It's go ahead, you do it.
It's at _ATB3 _.
And of course, it'll be in the description. He does awesome art. So stop the podcast now and go look at that, and then come back and resume.
Thank you.
I'm at Blaze G Comedy. We got, I forget your handle. I forget everyone's handle.
At producer Evan NWW.
Yeah, check that shit out too. Check out everything out, I guess. So on this show, I do this thing where I do a pop quiz for the guest. Well, you're the only one here, so yeah. Well, besides, yeah, you're the.
He's always there.
Yeah. So it's just to kind of gauge your historical acumen.
It's
easy. These are layup questions, in my opinion.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're a history major.
Yeah.
If
I didn't
I
get the
asked
degree
you-
though, so.
If I ask you engineering questions, it'd be,
Dude, that would be
the same
fucking,
thing.
I don't know. All right, so first question. What was the date of Pearl Harbor?
No idea.
Wow, this is going to be rough then. This is
Told you.
December 7th, 1941. It's in the intro.
Is it?
Yeah, he said. You didn't hear it? Okay. Well, when did World War II begin and end?
Began in 41.
For America, 39 for everyone else, but I'll give you credit.
Okay, and ended 45.
Bang, you got it.
Yeah,
See?
I watched Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. So then who were the Axis powers?
Japan, Italy, and Germany.
Bang, dude. See?
So, all right.
All right. Well, you're not going to get this one. When did D-Day take place? The date. Yeah, June 6, 1944.
Oh, no way, I'd guess that.
Which country was the Statue of Liberty a gift from?
France?
Got it.
Yes.
Who was the 16th president of the United States?
No idea.
Abraham Lincoln. When did America become a country?
1776.
No, that's a Declaration of Independence. They became a country in 1783.
1783?
Yeah, that's when we officially won. And 1776 is when we were like, all right, England, enough.
Oh.
We're free.
I thought that counted.
And then we fought a war. It wasn't like, we're just free.
We were.
And then we won the war, 1783. We're a
then
country.
send the memo out.
Yeah,
Let
the
all
emails,
countries know, we're on
the
our own now.
pigeons.
Yeah, gotcha.
When did the Civil War end?
I don't know when it began or ended, so I have no idea.
1865. Well, you're definitely not going to get this one. What is manifest destiny?
It sounds cool. I don't know.
Okay, it's the belief that America would inevitably settle the west part of the continent. That's all. So they were saying we have good reason to kill these Native Americans and take their land and shit. It's just called manifest destiny, meaning inevitably they would go that.
Got it.
Who was? You better get this one. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Wrong. No, I'm just saying that was right.
For a second, I was like, "What?"
Yeah, first you're probably wait, does he know some facts that I don't know?
I messed up.
So today we'll be discussing the Battle of the Bulge. Are you familiar with this at all? Besides
Sounds
when
like a
Neil wears
porn.
tight pants.
Yeah,
But
that's all. No.
are you familiar?
No. I'm
Okay.
not.
It's it happened December 16th, 1944,
Okay.
in the Ardennes forest. Do you know where it's it's right next to Germany. It's right by the Rhine River. Do you know geography at all?
No.
No.
My brother lived in Germany. He probably
did he?
knows where that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the reason that this is so important is because it's Nazi Germany's last major offensive of World War II.
And it was in Germany?
Well, no, it was just actually,
I
I
thought
guess,
they were pretty spread out by then. They're like, shit, home.
well, no, they're
got away
like
from us.
condensed,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, okay, we need to figure out a way. Basically, they want to go to Antwerp, which is a major port.
Okay.
Evan, do you know where Antwerp? I feel like that's in the Netherlands, or I'm sorry, Poland,
It's Belgium.
Belgium. All right,
Yeah.
that area. Antwerp is a major port. They need it for supplies,
Okay.
right? And a big part of this is lack of fuel. They're running out of men, fuel, everything. They're
So
desperate.
they did not take over the Middle East yet.
No, that they did that and then lost it already.
Oh, well.
So it's like, so no, now it's just they're just in Germany
Those
and,
Israelis are pretty crazy. Right.
and
RPG'd their ass.
they didn't have RPGs yet, but
Well, they tried, I bet.
they pound our first. But no, so that's what. So no, okay. Basically, it's Germany is like we're fucked.
Okay.
We need to get this port back, and that could be a stepping stone to start moving in the right direction.
And it wasn't.
Well,
Sorry, jumping ahead.
yeah, a little bit. So yeah. Let's see here. Okay, so a big part of this whole invasion. Are you familiar with Blitzkrieg? It's like the idea of
know
attacking.
of it.
Okay, it's the idea of attacking rapidly,
Okay.
right? Because World War
Yeah, that
One,
makes sense.
the war previous to World War Two, was all trench warfare. It was
That I could have figured out.
it was bogged down by trench warfare, so nothing ever moved. You know, it's just like months,
So that's
years.
stalemate.
Right, exactly. So their idea is we're not going to have that happen again. So they go right in. That's how they took over Poland so quickly in 1939, is they like didn't even see it coming. They were, whoa, holy shit! There's tanks that are like really fast.
They
That's
just
crazy.
went right up their ass.
Right. So they inevitably they try to do the same thing here, right? So in the Ardennes,
In their own country.
I should know that, shouldn't I?
No, it was in Belgium.
It was in Belgium. All right.
So
But the Rhine River, that is what separates Belgium and Germany, correct?
dead air.
It's been
No, it looks like
been a while since I was in college.
in eastern Belgium, northern France, and Luxembourg.
Yes.
So none of it was in Germany. It was
Right,
all-
but the
it was all
Germans
the west
are
stuff.
in Germany.
Yeah.
The Americans are in Belgium.
Okay.
So, to my understanding, the Rhine River is what's separating them.
Okay.
And the Ardennes forest is just a really dense forest in Belgium. But
Got
it's known as the Ghost Front. There's no action there. The Allies are like, we're going to chill out. The winter's coming. We're not going to really be fighting. We're going to wait till spring. Then we'll invade mainland Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll go for it. But Germany was like, we need to do something now. Otherwise, we might as well just give up. Because we need supplies. We need to start pushing back out in an offensive manner. So and some would say that the idea is kind of genius, right? So the Americans were like completely not ready. I think they said 250,000 German soldiers are massing on the other side of the Rhine River by the Ardennes forest.
Okay.
Now, what a critical part of this is that the weather there sucks in this time of year. Like, it's real. There's fog all the time. And at this
Because of the river.
at this stage of the war, America has air superiority. But if they can't see anything, they're a non-factor.
Yeah.
Right. So, and this is obviously before iPhones with the app to look at the weather. So what Hitler did is he had a bunch of U-boats out, and they would like give him weather reports of like the coming weather across Eastern Europe. Because it was like about 3 days from when they saw it till we get there. Mm-hmm. So we only had like a 3-day window to be like, all right, we're attacking now because we know it's going to be shit weather. So it worked. They attacked. Boom. They drive. That's why it's called Battle of the Bulge. Is because they drive like a huge like wedge into like American lines there. Because the Americans were not ready. And by the time that they figured out that they were under attack and told the commanders, they were like, well, it's probably, just... couple guys. They didn't realize it was like this massive thing. And back then it was like Morse code, right? Like it wasn't as instant as we have it with satellites and all that crazy shit. So they're kind of screwed, the Allies here, because they're being rapidly pushed back. So I don't know. Is that any of this interesting?
No.
Really? You never heard of any of this?
Nope.
No. Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
SS, bad.
Yeah, they're bad. Iron Cross, not good.
Not good, yeah.
Not good. No Iron Cross. Yeah, no, I didn't pay
Pay
a lot of
attention at all.
in
Well, actually,
class.
this isn't something that would be like they might have glanced over this, but this is already more specific than anything you would have learned like in just regular history
It sounds
class.
it. Also, didn't do well in history in college. I had to take that as a core or whatever.
What did you take, like U.S. History 1 or something?
I don't even remember. It was not U.S. history though. And then what else? Oh, I don't watch History Channel.
I do all the time.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, I guess.
My dad likes History Channel.
Well-
the history I know of, it's not that far back.
You like Star Wars, right?
Yeah, I love Star
You know
Wars.
the stormtrooper came from
Nazis.
Elite,
the stormtroopers,
actually, it's
right?
from World War One. Elite German soldiers that would go in the trenches. They were called stormtroopers.
I knew of.
Well, come on. I mean, if you watch Star Wars, you can see that's vaguely, if not,
It makes sense.
it's
yeah.
like kind of the Nazi, like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you remember
Kyle Palpatine, I think they said.
Yeah.
Actually, even more so, I would say the New Order or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the
First
final
Yes.
or
First
the,
Order.
that, and then
First Order. I'm
you
sorry.
s-
Yeah, and the newer movies.
and
yeah.
you saw the
First Order.
new. Did you guys see
I
the
did
newest?
not see the newest one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they have a
I
thing
won't-
called
no
the
spoilers.
Final Order in that one, which is almost like Final Solution type of, you know, crazy shit.
Still got to see it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, it doesn't ruin any part
I
of it.
know.
I'm
Yeah,
just,
that doesn't
yeah. I
take
thought it was
anything
great,
away.
by the way.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Very much.
So that's funny. You don't like history, but you like Star. You like
I like
fake
I
history.
like fake history.
Yeah, that's
I like-
awesome.
I like nonsense.
All right. I guess we'll get back into
Well,
it.
no, the idea is that you're gonna make me like history.
Yeah, I'm trying. I mean, I'm trying. I mean, I feel like a lot of people say that history repeats itself, but I actually heard a quote that says it doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. Right? Meaning, if you just look at the broad scope of history, there are patterns. If just people want to take over the world,
Yeah.
so if you can analyze history, you should be able to learn from those mistakes and not let them repeat themselves.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Yeah, if you don't
And then someone-
learn it, you're doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, my dad was like, well, some would argue that math's more important than history. I'm like, there is no math if there's no world.
That's true. And math is all made up. I like math. It
Well,
makes sense. But
History's
it's
made
all-
up, but just by men.
No, it's not made up.
It's written by the winners.
History has happened.
Yeah.
Not like numbers don't actually exist.
Yeah, it's a human construct.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
so is
physics.
time.
Like
All right,
someone
it's getting
made
deep.
all the math to tell you how a thrown ball works.
Yeah.
That's absurd.
Yeah, that's awesome,
Like,
though.
that's-
So
I was,
actually, the crazy thing about what you're saying there is actually almost complete opposite. Because when we send out, probes and stuff into space, we actually use the idea of math. It's
Right.
not. We
Yeah,
don't put
yeah, yeah.
numbers out, but we put in like multiple of one, like a shape.
Right.
And then it's plus another couple shapes.
but what do you
equals
do
how
by
many
putting the
shapes.
probes out? You
So-
make history.
Damn,
Shucks.
Oh man,
Mind blown, brother.
what just
Holy
happened?
shit! No, man, that's bad.
All right, so one of the ways that the Nazis were
Don't
able,
feel bad. He just complimented your set from last week.
yeah, no, yeah.
You look.
Were we on mic
a
with
little
that?
Embarrassed.
When right now?
yeah. When he said that, you got a little red.
That's because I'm like, oh no, I need to remember the next part of this because I have like all these freaking notes.
OMG.
I know.
Let's hit it.
Yeah, I know.
Tell me things I don't know.
Because usually
which is probably all of that notebook.
It's kind of like, did you ever take math? Like, obviously.
I took a lot of math.
What
yes.
I mean is, like, if someone was like, all right, now we're going to go back to something you learned freshman year,
Yeah.
you would have to, like, re-up on it. It's kind of like that's what I'm doing here. So, like,
okay.
I know this intricately, but I need, like, the refresher of it. You
Got
know?
it.
The little things.
Yeah.
There's so much in this head of mine.
Cliff notes.
Yeah. But why? I did, like, basically
Talking
a book
points.
report. Yeah.
Sure.
So the way that the Nazis got all these soldiers on.
I prefer Nazis.
Nazis. I want 1,000 Nazi scalps.
Nazis.
So the way that they were able to amass all these soldiers is the bad weather because the recon planes couldn't even see them. And the Americans had broken the Nazi code. Like, they send each other secret codes. We figured it out. But then they start saying, like, watch of the Rhine. Meaning, like, now the Allies think, like, oh, this is a defensive thing. Whatever they're doing is for defense. They're not. There's no way that they're going to. It would be
gonna come
absurd.
after
It's
us.
winter. They're low on gas. Like, there's no way they're going to
right.
do this. Bang.
So it was a ballsy move.
Yeah, it was. It was. It really was.
And Hitler was still alive.
Yeah, yo,
Much like today.
this is his whole idea.
yeah. Oh, okay.
It's weird because it works because of him, but it also fails because of him. So this shit was so secret that most of the generals didn't even know. And then generals that did, they come into a room with chairs, and there was an SS officer behind each of the chairs. And then the generals come in. Hitler makes them sign this agreement that says, if you leak any of this information, you'll be shot and your family will be sent to a concentration camp. So the secrecy of this whole attack is it worked. No one said shit for good reason.
Sounds like a contract Dennis Reynolds would make.
Or Kim Jong-un with his fucking people.
Yeah, I will not denuclearize my country.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I saw on the news while I was at the gym.
I can't pay attention. It's just like too much.
I do not like the news.
Every like 10 minutes, North Korea's like, hey, we still got shit.
It's real
like,
depressing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I don't want to be depressed.
It'd be like, this guy was shot, that guy was shot, the biggest cookie. And you're like, weird day.
No, even worse than that is the local news.
Yeah,
Let me
that's-
just say real
I
fast.
haven't seen a local news in a very long time.
Depressing, my
Yeah, yeah. It's just
Especially
all murders.
Found out
More
that
cookies?
for
murders.
Philadelphia had
Or that.
way more murders, like a good majority more murders than fucking New York City
Yeah.
this year.
That's-
There was
doesn't
for this
surprise
year
me.
there was 363 murders, almost one for every day,
363?
something like
Okay,
that.
so here's a clip. I don't know if if this counts as history. It's making history. So, were all of those murders? So, out of all those murders, how many were like in?
I'm sorry, 356. 356.
All right.
That's a lot.
How many were in their own groups, like either gang shit or like neighborhoods, like somebody doesn't like, or were they like how many of them were random? Like people are asking me, oh, you get nervous when you go to Harlem? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, what if you see someone with a gun? I go, no, I don't get nervous because I know that gun's not for me.
Yeah. Why would they just shoot a random?
That's my point. So a lot of murders, that's terrible, obviously.
And here's a good
But,
idea.
like,
If they
is it
say,
something
give me
you
your wallet.
seriously have to worry about? Like, are you is like
No.
people just getting jumped, or is it?
I'm sure
people
there's.
going after somebody specific.
I'm
That's-
sure there's like anecdotal like that has happened, but on a mass
Oh, of
scale,
course.
it would just be there. It's targeted violence. It's not just
That's my point.
even on the
what I was
accidental
thinking.
drive-bys and someone random gets shot. That they're
Oh,
they
yeah,
that's
right.
an accident.
Stray bullet,
Yeah, they didn't mean to do that.
like from that Keanu Reeves movie,
Yeah, G baby.
G Baby.
Yeah,
G-Baby.
hardball, right?
Hardball.
Yeah,
That's it.
G baby.
Yeah,
No,
that was sad.
it was. It was. All right, back to the boring
Sorry.
history stuff. No, it's cool. It's cool. So again,
Off topic.
yeah, it's so. But on September 10th, Hitler tells his allies, the Japanese, about the advance.
This is 40.
So it does look like it actually is a lot of random. Like it's a lot of like
Oh, really?
gang specific, but then it's people getting hit by it. Like it's like nonstop.
So what
little-
we're talking
like
about,
little
stray
kids-
So
bullets.
straight bullets.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm going through this and
Crossfire.
it's like almost everything that I'm reading, it's like another little kid gets hit, another old mom gets hit.
That's
like
sad.
it literally looks like
So if you want to pause this and have
Yeah.
yourself a cry,
watch
so
Philadelphia News.
depressing. Yeah,
Yeah. Ugh.
it is. It's depressing. Anyway, back to not depressing war stuff. So anyway, Hitler tells his homies over in Japan, we're gonna do an offensive. In America, we have we're there's clues in all their messages, but again, the Allies are like, there's just no way that they would
No.
do this. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like if the game's tied 20-20, and it's 4th and goal from the 6, and they run a fake field goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Play
Got
for
it.
overtime.
Mm.
You know, what are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of
I
like
was
that.
thinking like youngest brother say he's gonna beat you up and you laugh at him and then he hits you with a pipe. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Football works
Also
too.
that, yeah.
Well, we're talking war.
Yeah, well, no, true, because the game wasn't tied. So it's
Not
like that.
tied.
Your analogy actually makes more sense. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, all right. So they plow ahead. They do like a blitzkrieg type thing. The Allies are outnumbered 4-1,
Okay.
which is that's crazy.
Yeah. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
So wait, they're outnumbered man wise, but
Yep.
were they out like equipment wise?
well, you know, that's.
Oh, sorry.
That's in this,
Ah,
we'll
damn
get.
it.
Yeah, you know, we'll just. No, we'll just.
No.
No. We'll go to it. Okay.
No.
No, too late. Let's see.
Well, I don't want to miss important things.
Yeah, it's not that important. This shit happened forever ago. I know. I wrote down the. They had. They basically.
Love, baby, don't hurt me.
I don't know where I wrote. Okay. They had. No, the Germans had. Through the whole war, they had like superior technology.
Okay.
Like tanks, guns, planes, everything. They had the best shit.
German engineering.
Yeah.
BMWs.
Yeah, it was far and above anyone else's. Like they had the better guns. They had STG 44s. You played.
I know that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, now that's not exactly what the gun was called, but that's
same.
exactly what the gun was.
Yeah.
Right? And
MP44s, right?
Yep.
Submachine guns.
Yep.
And
well,
what else do they have?
The STG was their best. That was like their best.
The assault rifle.
It was a submachine gun, but also a rifle at the same time. Right. So it was good close up, but yeah, it could hit medium.
Yep.
And it had 30 rounds per clip.
Yep,
it didn't jam that much. Yeah.
So would you say that's like a predecessor to the AK?
I guess in a way. I mean, this
sounds like
this
you
was
said
ground.
It doesn't jam. Good on close and medium range.
Yeah, but
firepower.
did you ever shoot an AK?
No,
it's like this would make much more sense close up. AKs are like so powerful that it's like
yeah.
That's why they're always missing when they're like. Yeah.
Well, plus the little kids can't handle them.
Well, that's true. Yeah, it's hard to 8-year-olds shoot this. Yeah. Like, I what the fuck? I'm used to Nerf guns.
Wood to wood, baby. Don't give yourself a black eye.
And the America primarily used the BAR.
Okay.
You're aware of that gun?
Yeah.
That gun sucked apparently. It jammed all the time.
Rate.
Slow firing. Jammed all the time. Only had 20 rounds per mag.
Yeah, I did know that.
It's a huge disadvantage.
Yeah, that's not good.
But because of the Allies' bombing of Germany, the factory that produced these STG guns was like shut out. Like the production was way down. So that they had them in this battle, but at a very like limited. Now, if they all had them, that might have swayed it. But the way that I researched it, it didn't really.
Got it.
It didn't really affect it. What would have changed it? Are you aware? Can you Google the 7 King Tiger?
That sounds like an Asian thing. That sounds like an Asian restaurant.
Tiger.
King Tiger.
Yeah, no, but they had a King Tiger tank, it was like the most superior tank in World War II, except it was so big. The Ardennes forest has like a lot of steep hills, dense forest. It's like nearly impossible. No, but it was just like nearly impossible for them to move, to like navigate down like a hill. There was only like 3 roads they could use. And the roads were like real tight. Then they had to cross rivers and streams and stuff on wooden bridges with the 65-ton.
A wooden bridge?
Yeah,
with that?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think so.
I
don't fucking think so.
You could see how armored divisions are like. And actually, 7,000 soldiers were captured almost immediately. The Allies. And one of the guys on this thing I was watching said, one of the prisoners, as they were passing, that these Tiger tanks were like towing a half truck full of SS soldiers, which was towing another tank because they were so low on fuel that they couldn't even run all their shit.
Tow their machinery over and then use it.
They were just.
Like
I guess they were just gonna
hillbillies.
tow it to Antwerp. I don't even. They just had no. They had like no gas. Like no gas. Like one of the Johann Piper. Have you probably never heard of him?
I think it's pronounced Johann. Johann Piper?
I don't know if it's Johann.
It would be Johann. Johann is the.
Don't mess with a Zohan.
Nailed it.
Okay. Johann.
Ich spreche Deutsch. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what would his last name? It's Piper, but that's how I would say it.
Probably Piper.
Yeah. Okay. He was like a high up SS like tank commander.
Okay, got it.
And he was kind of like you know how like each army has like that guy. Like for the U.S., it was like George Patton. Everyone's like, he's the guy.
Okay.
But if he lost, everyone would be like, fuck, even he's out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Piper.
He was the guy.
Yeah. So, but he's in. Is that how you lied to me? Okay.
You asked for a fucking.
Yeah, you could have just said like. I know. You could have just said like.
Did you have an actual lighter?
Yeah. I was like, no.
I did the.
But you taking a picture of me, bitch?
I thought you actually held up a lighter for us. I only.
No.
All right, we'll drive through this. We'll drive.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. This is gonna be a short episode today because we're time restricted because of all this hectic nonsense.
Moving nonsense.
Okay, so this guy, he's the commander
Got
of
it.
this huge tank division.
Yes.
Fuel starts running out so much so that he blows up 80 of his own tanks.
Holy shit.
They don't even they're like, dude, so he loses. Everyone else is like, oh no, like our guy, he's losing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the end, they have a huge advance. 10 days later, the Allies start beating them back. And
10 days?
That's a long time to be fighting.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. It was actually the biggest ground battle that America has ever been involved in.
Holy shit.
Yeah. It was like, and then George Patton, the guy I was talking about, finds out about this, sends like 100,000 soldiers. There was a city of Bastogne that was surrounded by Germans. He breaks through, spearheads through there. Like, actually, I have a little picture here. So if this is like this here, this part is the Allies, and this is the Germans. Bastogne is like here.
Okay.
Patton comes around the side.
And flanks them?
Yeah, and then gets into the Bastogne and relieves the
prisoners?
well, they were just like surrounded. They weren't prisoners.
Civilians.
But they were like, no, they were like fighting. So yeah, so the reason that
Fighters.
this worked immediately is because it caught America the Allies off guard, right? So and they attacked swiftly. Air superiority didn't matter, but then the weather starts clearing. We start getting our planes in there.
Then dropping bombs.
Right, and they start running out of gas.
You're interrupting.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
already got the light.
Yeah, I'm trying to hurry up.
Hot damn.
This guy, dude, he's fired. Who was that?
Antsy.
Was that the intern? Who was that?
Yeah. What's with that mustache?
He looked like an intern.
This guy's a perv. Did you see that? Peeping mustaches.
How's it-
All right,
yeah,
so,
that Jack Nicholson smiling like The Shining coming through that door.
He was. That was creepy. All right, so to sum it up, it works immediately, but then
And the Americans won.
yes, in the end, the terrain, gasoline, lack of men, they were using just like civilians. Germany, they were just like conscription. Like
Because people were tired of being Nazis.
no, because they were all dead.
Oh.
So they're like, well, we need people.
That's a different kind of tired.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Fury?
No.
Oh, you haven't?
I know
With,
of it.
oh,
with
okay.
Brad, you'll pick.
You know the part where
Bradley
they
Pitt?
at the end there, I guess it's towards the end, they capture that town. Half the German soldiers are children. It's
What?
It's like fucking crazy
The
shit.
Germans at the end, and you
Yeah,
can
they
can
got
vouch for this.
desperate,
They were
dude.
and it started really like the Battle of the Bulge. Like this
Yeah.
was like last.
This
was
was their last
ditch. Like,
hope.
they
Yeah.
were
Hail
so
Mary.
beyond Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I mean they knew, like, that's why they were literally towing
Yeah.
shit and then blowing it up. There was nothing that they could do. This was like we're either gonna win this or it's over.
And
it
they
was
didn't do
over.
it quickly enough. They didn't get to the port fast enough.
Sounds like it wouldn't have mattered at
Oh.
that point. They've exhausted themselves, made too many enemies, and
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. If
Well,
they would have maybe gone in with this kind of idea 2 years prior,
Yeah.
would have changed things.
If they
But
never attacked Russia, things
well,
might be
that's
different.
that's probably
That's
the biggest
big
thing. If they wouldn't have thought that their balls were so big that they could take the Russians out by themselves,
Which Napoleon proved you never invade Russia
You
in the
can't-
winter
you can't invade Russia.
because there's that thing called Siberia.
And here's the thing
'Cause it's
too.
enormous.
Let alone in the winter, because that's when they started.
absolutely,
Was
yeah.
it like the?
Well, they
and-
started in the spring, but then they're like, "Fuck it, keep going." And everyone's like, "But
that's
we
the
don't
thing.
have boots."
Even if you started at the first day of spring,
yeah, you
you are still not going to get your whole troops.
Yeah, there's
especially
a
back
mud
then,
season,
on
too.
going-
foot.
on
Yeah.
foot.
Yeah, no way.
It's going to take you 2 years to get most of
Yeah.
your dudes in there.
they didn't think it through.
And there was no way they should have let.
They didn't
there-
even win the war in the West. Sorry for interrupting.
for them to have any chance, they would have had to make friends with Russia.
Yeah,
And
which
Russia
they
wasn't
did at first.
But then Russia was like, "Bruh,
Yeah, wow.
like, let's not do this."
Stalin's like, "Dude, I thought we were boys. We're killing our own people. The fuck is
And
this shit?
Russia's like, no, we want
Yeah.
vodka and get the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Get out of Russia."
Get out of Russia.
So basically, to sum it up, Germany
or the
loses.
Soviet Union. What was it at that time?
Was it
It was Russia at that time. I think it was like.
USSR?
I guess it was the
Yeah.
Soviet Union, but I think they considered themselves like all of Russia. Like it was like a big,
Yeah.
just a big conglomerate.
Yeah.
It was. I think it was after World War II when they considered themselves Soviet Union, right? Or like in the middle.
Yeah. No,
Don't
it's
look
after,
at me. You're
no,
looking
you're
at
right.
me
It's
with-
after
for an
World War
answer. I
II
don't know.
because when they meet in Germany, that's how the Soviet Union, like USSR, is born, because they take all those countries
Yeah.
that
And
they
they smash
passed.
them together,
they took
right?
stuff that
Right.
they
Like
you know,
my home
Right.
country of Lithuania.
they tried to call
Never
birthright on it.
forgive.
But yeah,
I don't know. So anyway, Germany loses this. And remember how I said Hitler was also responsible?
Yeah.
Remember how I told you how secret it was?
Yeah.
That guy Piper drove right by one of the biggest oil gasoline depots that the Allies had. Didn't even know it was there because they had a lack of intelligence. They didn't even know where the Allies were or anything. They just went in
Just
blind. So a
flew
big
through.
reason why it was a success is because of the secrecy, the bad weather, and all that. But the reason it failed
I was gonna say
is
it was
also
not a success.
right. Well,
Sounds like they put a dent in our people.
Yeah, and then it
they
just-
found out.
yeah.
And then they said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And you said that was the beginning of.
Yeah, well,
the
I mean, it was
end.
already like this was like we got to do something here or it's over. And actually, a lot of historians agree that this shortened the war by like a lot.
They
The
could have
fact that
kept it
tried,
going.
because they
Yeah,
they lost so many
right, they
resources.
used men,
trying
ammo,
to do that.
guns, tank, everything.
Everything.
They
They
threw
started
everything
losing
into
kids
it.
at this point.
Yeah.
It was
No,
yeah.
it got bad. Yeah.
Sounds it. I mean,
Well,
that's
Nazi
funny.
Germany.
Like 1944. It's getting bad. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how much
For
more
them.
I could take of this.
For them, yeah,
For that.
yeah.
Oh, for them.
So, but this was the last major offensive in World War II. After this, 5 months later is actually when we end up defeating Germany. So this was kind of like Hail Mary, incomplete, game,
Done.
done.
Yeah, we
Got
just
it.
kneeled down.
So that is a really quick version of Battle of the Bulge.
I did learn something.
Good.
I learned a lot today.
Fuck yeah.
Actually.
Good,
Hey.
good. So,
So that's
we're
success.
yeah, success. Blaze G Comedy.
Anthony Bartolacci. I'm high. Just come see me do comedy.
Yeah, there you go. Come check us out
Yeah.
whenever.
I
Do
do
you have a
draw
date?
rates.
I don't have any dates.
No
one will
I
book me.
don't I don't
No
have
one
any
will
shows
book
coming
me.
up. Yeah, I suck.
That's funny that he's like, dude, that set was good. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Hey, kid, you'll be a star.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you guys. Peace.
Bye.
This has
31.
been a DropTent Media production.
We started at 10:10, so yeah.
There's like